Can we just talk about this absolute, I don't know even what to really call it, just series that's just gonna be trash. It's them being kids again. It's a GT knockoff. The fact that we're getting this shit over a season 2 of Dragon Ball Super is just fucking insane to me. Like, you could have did anything else. You have the content right there and you decide to make this worthless fucking trash, is what people have been saying. What's up, everybody? It's the Grace Rogue here, stepping out of the shadows for brand new content. And if I got you with that little fake little rage of mine at the beginning, you know, give the video a like. No, my honest thoughts are, I think Daima is actually going to be an interesting series. The animation looks fucking gorgeous. I'm actually hyped to see it. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not trying to be fake at all. I'm gonna be honest with you 100%. When this series was first announced, I was very conflicted because I, like most of the people out there, and maybe it's even some of you watching this video, wanted to see the next stain of Super because, I mean, granted, manga content, while it wasn't, at one point in time, it wasn't that far along for them to come back necessarily, but at this point, I'm like, there's enough where they could start coming back, and that with the chapters going the way it is, you know, they could keep going. But even though it's not Super Season 2 or whatever, right, I am, I guess, looking forward to this. It's, when I was first like hearing about this series, I was just like some people, I was disappointed because I assumed we were gonna get a Super Season 2 or whatever it was gonna be for Dragon Ball if it didn't come back as Super, something else, and continue the manga, right? Or continue at least where the manga's at and make it into the anime. And that was not the case. And once I kind of seen Daima and everything, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was very disappointed. I'm like, so we're going back to them being kids for some reason. Like, at first I was confused because I didn't really look a lot into it at the time, and I was like, oh, this is just supposed to be a movie or something where like they turn to kids. And then a friend of mine was like, no, it's a whole fucking series they're gonna do. I was like, wait, what? And like, I'm not gonna lie, my initial thoughts were, so we're getting this but not like Dragon Ball Super. But I kind of have a different opinion now on that. And you know, people's opinions can change, you know, it's new information, you change your thoughts, right? But regardless, I'm looking forward to it more so now than when it was initially announced, just because, well, one, look at the animation looks gorgeous. Two, I'm not saying, now some people might get this misunderstand this, I know some people are like, oh, people are only switching up on this because this was Akira Toriyama's last work. I don't think that if you hate this like series, that means that you like hate Akira Toriyama. Like, that's just stupid logic. If anyone genuinely believes that, I don't know, maybe you need some help, man. But regardless, just because this is his last work doesn't mean you have to love it. I understand that like people want Super Season 2. Getting this instead of that definitely hurts, and the fact that this is the last thing he worked on, rest in peace, last thing he worked on before, you know, everything kind of happened. I understand that kind of sentiment of, well, if you don't like it, then you're just hating his last work. That's not necessarily the case. It's more so like, hey, love Akira Toriyama, but maybe I just didn't fuck with this. Like, a lot of people didn't really fuck with GT, which, if I'm, and someone correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, he didn't really have a lot of say in GT. I think he maybe overlooked some designs and stuff, or maybe not even that, maybe someone else did the designs and he kind of just like looked, okay, looks good enough, and went for it. But GT wasn't an entire Akira Toriyama thing, if I'm remembering correctly. But besides that, I think the series looks like it's going to be pretty good. The fact that it's something, it looks like it's going to have interesting fights and shit like that. It's something to kind of hold us over until whenever Super comes back. Because right now, the manga situation is in a weird spot because since Akira Toriyama passed, right now there's a whole fight of the rights to Dragon Ball Super and everything like that going on, and we don't know what's the future of the manga is going to be looking like. And technically, there's rights where like they wouldn't be able to actually continue the previous stuff that happened and put it into an anime because there's a lot of shit going on in the background. But all I'm saying is this looks like it's actually going to be something entertaining. The animation looks good. The story, the fact that in the demon realm, it's something different. Like, if they were doing this and it was just basically a retelling of GT, then yeah, I'd be upset. I'd be like, what the fuck are we doing? You know, I will say this. I know a lot of people have hate for Daima. Well, I shouldn't say a lot. I keep seeing comments. Like, it's like, let's say if I'm scrolling through a video about Daima, and if I'm scrolling down like in at least 10 comments, at least 4 of them, maybe, yeah, like let's say like 4 of them are something negative about Daima, which I'm just like, again, I'm gonna give it a shot. I don't necessarily like the idea of them being kind of many again, but it does look like it's gonna be something interesting and cool. Oh, one of the points that I've been forgetting to mention is people keep saying that they don't like this because this is kind of goofy and it's just not what they're into for Dragon Ball. The funny thing is about that is Akira Toriyama, a lot of the stuff, especially like if you were a fan of early Dragon Ball, now it's not like I was there when it was coming out, but I went back and went into it. Early Dragon Ball was a lot more like gag oriented. Like it was martial arts, still adventure story, Dragon Ball crazy fights, but for the most part, it was like funny, adventurous stuff. It didn't really take itself too seriously a lot of times. Now, I guess people like misconstrue that a bit because of Z, and so they're like, oh well, and Z, there's like, don't get me wrong, the Z had a lot of moments. Like I'm still hurt to this day that Z Goku was never actually the original intended version of Goku that he wanted in his series. Like Super Goku is the official version of Goku, which like it hurts me to my soul because the only reason I love Goku so much is really the Z version, and some other aspects too. But just because he's doing this series, people are like, oh, it's more goofy. You didn't really know Akira Toriyama's works. Like for the most part, he kind of did stuff like this. There were some serious moments, yeah, but he was more so chill, gag, fun, like kind of writer or creator with his stuff. So seeing this kind of chill Dragon Ball adventure, which we know is gonna have crazy fights, even though they're many, the animation looks sick. I love that the animation, at least from what we've seen so far, looks like it's more, you can tell they're moving fast, but more slowed down, and you can actually see their movements and like what they're doing. Most of the time in Dragon Ball, which it's kind of been steering away from that since like Superhero and even like Super, where they're focusing more on actual showing their movements and not just the rapid punches and kicks, and you don't really see much else in that. Like they're actually trying to be creative with their stuff, which is cool. Plus, my man Goku got the power pole back, bro. Like he won't use it as an adult, but anytime he's a kid, he's like, better get the power pole. Like, bro, where's that shit at in your closet? Pull it back out. Use that shit more, man. Like, end of series Goku, once he's mastered everything and whatever fucking final Super Saiyan, Ultra Instinct, Mastered God, Evolution, Perfected times 100 is used at the end of the series, and he has like an old man beard, let this man have his power pole, bro. That's the vision for me, at least. At the end of the series, let Goku have a fucking power pole and just be consistent with that shit. But that's just kind of what I wanted to say. I kind of just made this really to just, I guess, kind of lure some of you in here that's just like, yeah, this guy gets it. It's Daima's ass, and only for them to be like, man, this man lied to me. But I'm gonna give it a shot. I hope some of you do as well. If you don't want to give it a shot, or you think it's not worth it, or you have your own thoughts on it, say it in the comments. Like I said, I like doing discussions with you guys. So if you don't like it, tell me why. Tell me why you probably won't watch it, why you don't really care for it. And for the most part, I'm gonna respect it as long as you come at me correct. Now, if you go, you're a fucking fool for saying that you're gonna give Daima a chance, fuck this, I'm unsubscribing. Well, okay, well then leave, man. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I'm just spitting my opinion here. I don't know what to say. But that's really the end of this video. I got some more sparking content that I think is gonna be coming out at some point. I might wait a bit because I'm pretty sure there's another character dropping tomorrow, or a trailer. So we're gonna see what that's about and go from there. And then there's another game that I want to talk about that's kind of been getting left in the dust. Or not really left in the dust, but no one's really talking about it. So I'm gonna be the one fool that talks about it. Also, the fact that this comes out the same day, Sparking and this drop on the same day. They both drop on October 11th. So what you doing first? You watching the episode? You playing the game first? You playing the game while watching the episode? Like, what are you doing? Because like, I'm gonna probably flip a coin. I don't know. It depends. Like if I'm already at work or something, and the episode is out. I guess it depends when the episode drops too. Fact is, I'm gonna be playing the game and watching the episode. Like both are getting done. It's just a matter of which one's going first. But other than that, honestly, in my case, I'm probably gonna play the game first and then watch the episode like before sleep or some shit like that. I don't know. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you watching the video. Back to the shadows I go.